Welcome to a brief presentation about the International Baccalaureate Program at La Costa Canyon High School, or the IB program. I'm Cindy Shallows, the coordinator for the IB program at La Costa Canyon High School. Our IB team at LCC includes our principal, Rena Medina, or our head of school, as well as our counselor, Danielle Martinez, and a team of teachers that cross all of our major curricular areas. When we look at what an IB World School is, I wanted you to hear about that broad and balanced education.
The IB diploma program puts the student in a center of a very global context.
The emphasis is on the process of knowing. Once they get their hands on the process, they will continue with that love for learning. So they are more interested in how to learn.
DP, it really gives you a lot of opportunity to challenge yourself.
I can learn to step out of boundaries without breaking the rules. Traditional schooling doesn't teach that.
They don't just understand individual subjects, they understand the context of those subjects. So I think they have a broader base of understanding how individual subjects fit into just knowledge as a whole.
It really integrates the community more. They become quite a part of the school because they're involved in the various activities.
It gives the students a much broader view of life, and it prepares them in a much better way.
It allows for the flexibility to be able to meet different needs of students to maximize the potential.
The diploma program offers a wonderful opportunity. Once you're in university, the payoffs are enormous.
Our DP learners go to university and they come back and they say, I feel really equipped for this. That confidence will carry them through further.
CAS gives me opportunity to be better at things that aren't strictly academic and help other people.
Next University really opens your mind and view on the world. If I were in another system, I wouldn't think of writing or researching on a topic in such depth.
Learning doesn't only happen in the classroom, but it's a continuous experience that should go on throughout your entire life. In TOK, we basically question things like, how do we know what we know? Who determines what is right and wrong?
It sort of instills this life experience in you that you would use somewhere else, whether it is with your family when you grow up or with your friends.
You're always learning whilst you're on an adventure, and it's a personal adventure.
At the end of the diploma program, you have a very knowledgeable student.
And when we talk about that knowledgeable student, the students that complete our IB program and participate in our IB program are also inquirers and thinkers. They're principled, they're caring and balanced communicators, they're open-minded, they take risks, and they're reflective. And those are all components that are built into each of the courses as well as the core experiences that they have as part of the IB program. The missions of IB are to create and develop a rigorous and challenging program that have rigorous assessments that go with those, so that the people who are developed, our students, are inquisitive and knowledgeable, they're compassionate and still caring, and have this lifelong learning desire that it's going to continue well beyond their time here at La Costa Canyon High School. And really that global awareness that everybody brings something to the table, even though it's a little bit different. The kind of nuts and bolts of our IB, the core, those key components are Theory of Knowledge, which is a course that students take, often referred to as TOK, the CAS, which is a project that students work on over the time that they're in the IB program, and the EE, which is an extended essay or a kind of independent project that they work on with a teacher advisor in an area that they're interested in. The categories or subjects that students will study as part of the IB program are reflective of the major study areas that you would expect to see. So we have studies in language and literature, that's English. We have language acquisition, which is foreign language, and for us, that's French and Spanish. The individuals and societies includes some courses like our psychology class, as well as a few other courses that'll overlap into there. Our sciences, including biology and physics, our mathematics, and our arts, including film. Now, when we look at what the value of an IB education is, I wanted you to hear it from somebody who works well beyond LCC.
As a parent thinking about having my child attend an IB program, I do remember worrying about the rigor and was it going to be worth it? And I think
in so many ways. It has been. I think the changes I saw in my own child going through the IB program were primarily recognizing that he could do things that he never thought he could do. It expanded his way of thinking. It encouraged our entire family to travel more than we would have otherwise. His linguistic skills were really honed, and all of those things have come into play later on. So in ways that you don't necessarily expect, I think a parent can actually watch your child grow and expand in these many different ways that the IB promotes. Selective institutions, highly selective institutions like Stanford, perceive IB students as strongly prepared, capable, ready to take on the challenges of the curriculum that we offer. Our schools tend to have a higher expectation for students coming in just because the nature of our student bodies are highly prepared, and IB students are among those who are ready to tackle whatever it is we can offer them in the very beginning. When we see an IB student's application, we light up. We are excited. We're looking to see how a student has taken on the IB. It's so individualized when you really get down to it. Many projects are self-initiated. Research is done based on things that they really care about, and that's an unusual opportunity for students in high school, and I think if they can portray that on their applications, it makes them sound more lively. It shows us what's going on inside their heads. It gives us a sense of their initiative. The IB definitely has research, and institutions have done it as well, to show that there is a higher success rate of IB students in the first year or two of college.
And when we look at what those requirements for the IB diploma include, we'll talk more about this in a later session, but to give you the overview, that students will take courses in the 6 curricular areas, and as well as those core courses. In order to earn the full IB diploma, students will participate in their junior and senior year, and they'll take those courses in those 6 curricular areas, as well as that theory of knowledge or TOK class, and complete the independent components or those separate components of the CAS, as well as the extended essay. The courses for IB that we offer at La Costa Canyon High School include that TOK as a course. The Theory of Knowledge is a course that students enroll in their junior year. We offer English, Language, and Literature, which is a higher level course that's offered over 2 years. Spanish and French, both offered over 2 years. The History of the Americas, that's offered over 2 years. Psychology and Biology, Environmental Systems and Societies, all offered over 1 year. Film, we have some flexibility in film. And then we also have higher level physics and mathematics. We offer a standard level and higher level. And when we get into the details of the difference between standard level and higher level, students need a balance of both of those across their IB experience. As part of that balanced student, they want students to be able to dive in with these higher level courses, and standard level courses are still very rigorous courses, just expecting a different level or depth of understanding. When we look at the La Costa Canyon High School IB experience that students may have, they can enroll as full IB diploma candidates, in which they'll complete all of those course requirements as well as those additional requirements with TOK, the CAS project, as well as the extended essay. They can participate in individual diploma courses or several diploma courses in their junior and senior years. And when we look at the IB versus AP, both are established programs at La Costa Canyon High School. Both serve students very well, and it's just a matter of which one is right for your students. And so being able to offer both programs is a wonderful opportunity for our students. And we can talk more about what the difference between the two of those are at our follow-up in more in-depth meeting. So when we talk about why IB might be something good for your student or for students that are enrolling in La Costa Canyon High School, it really is the ideal preparation for college. When we look at the course requirements for both the standard level and higher level courses, they offer and require a lot of depth of understanding as well as a complete range or breadth of understanding in each of those academic components. When we look at what's required, the students have assessments that are done within the classes as well as those typical end of the year assessments that happen. And so those students who are involved really are much more concerned than just those individual results, because they have to be able to put that whole picture together in order to show their depth of understanding in each of those courses. Because each course has those individual assessments that happen in the classroom, there's a lot of opportunity for students to invest in things that they're interested in within the topics that they take. And so it does help to develop the independent learners. And that is really one of the big senses that students who leave and come back from their university say, that they feel very prepared, that they have this international education and their awareness of happenings in the world, much more so because that's one of the components that we see across some of the IB courses. When we look at those exams, we had mentioned, the idea is that exams happen in a wider range than just that one session. It does require the session testing, but there's also those components within the class as well as the extended essay that students are able to show the knowledge that they've gained throughout their experience. When it comes to the credit and the value of IB, most universities will offer students credit for completing the IB program, and that will vary based on majors and particular universities, but it is something that is recognized by the universities. And so when we look at why consider IB, that it does exaggerate or influence and increase the college readiness, that there is research among the IB schools throughout the world that there is this alignment and expectation with college standards, similar to what we see with IB, with AP, that students in both the AP and IB program are prepared because both IB and AP work with universities to make sure that they're addressing the readiness requirements and standards that those universities set forth. With the IB standards, they are often the same, if not more, complex and higher level than those introductory or entry level courses at universities. And so students who have those experiences in those courses, and if they take those entry level courses at the universities, have a very solid foundation in those courses that they take. The other key component in IB is the cognitive strategy and the development of a learner. And so as we're developing the learner, students are able to take that ability to be a learner and translate that into whatever field they would like to go into. When we look at GPAs as we continue to consider IB, that in a study they did in 2010, that looking at the IB exams and college GPAs, that the 1,500 students that they looked at going into the UC systems, that those IB students earned higher GPAs than matched to their comparison groups. And so that IB experience and that diploma program is a strong predictor of that success in college as well as the success with the higher GPA. When we look at our experience with our IB diploma candidates, that in the 2 years of students that we've had students accept offers at Brown, Central Washington University, MIT, as well as Berkeley, UCSD, UC Davis, UCLA, and Utah State University. And so those are our students from our previous 2 graduating classes of IB. And with our first graduating class, the really exemplar risk takers that are the IB students, they're talking to our sophomores back in 2020. And so I'll give you a little bit about those students. If you have immediate follow-up questions, the people you're welcome to reach out to Rena Medina, who's our principal and head of school. Jamie Garman is our assistant principal who helps with our IB program. Danielle Martinez is our IB counselor. And I'm Cindy Schathhouse, the IB coordinator. You can reach out to any of us and we'll direct the question to the most appropriate person. We're going to follow up with additional, more in-depth meetings as well as Q&A sessions, so look out for those. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening. Bye.